Hi, my name is Autumn Monahan, and I work with the City of Issaquah's communications team. I'm here with our sustainability coworkers, David Reedy and Stacy Vynne McKinstry, to talk about our year of climate action. Thank you both for being here today.
Thanks for having us.
So, how did this even come about as far as an idea that this was the year to really focus on climate action?
Sure. Well, the city, we passed our climate action plan back in 2021, and we've been working really hard since then to implement a number of projects and actions that focus both on community activities as well as our own city operations. As we were planning out what we'd be working on for 2025, we realized there were so many things that were happening this year. From starting to update our climate action plan to launching new community initiatives and the city breaking ground on a number of projects.
So we wanted to frame all of our programs and projects under one coordinated umbrella. And so that's where the year of climate action really comes from. So in this campaign, we have monthly focus areas for community members to really explore ways that they can get involved and for us to be able to highlight the different projects and initiatives going on at the city.
Was it really you guys looking at the plan for 2025 and just saying, wow, we're gonna package all of this around one main goal, right? Climate action.
Yeah, and I think also folks are wanting to find ways to engage, maybe needing some inspiration, some hope. And so that was part of the reasoning for packaging this, is give easy ways for the community to take action, get involved, learn, and also hear more about what the city's doing.
Well, and I love what we've done on the website. So issaquahwa.gov/climateaction. And that we have broken it out by month, right? So that there is this focus each month that you can kind of follow along throughout the year. So what are some of the goals or outcomes that you're hoping to get from this year, and how are you really kind of measuring, all of these initiatives and all this work?
Great question. So we've learned from the community through our community surveys, the last one was done in 2023, that the community doesn't really know what the city's doing to tackle climate action. And so a lot of what we are striving for this year is getting more in front of the community, make sure we have regular communication. And through the year of climate action, we have more of a purpose and themes that we can reach out to the community about each month. This really allows us to continually engage with the community and make sure they know what's going on, but also which programs and actions they can take advantage of. In terms of how we're measuring goals and progress this year, climate action is a community-wide effort. We really need everyone engaged, changing behavior, changing the way that they're heating and cooling their homes, powering their homes, how they're getting to work, how they're getting to school. And our goal is really to make those changes easier and more affordable. So one of the ways we're going to be tracking overall impact and engagement in this program is through our greenhouse gas emissions inventory. This is the way that we track how we're doing at reaching our climate goals. And so that's a way we'll be able to see how much energy is being reduced, waste reduction, and other items related to climate action. The results of our inventory, as well as all the progress and engagement that happens throughout this year, will be available on our website for the community to review.
That's great. So what's new? What are we doing this year that's new or different? The amount that your team produces, as far as on the side of what we work on, as far as enhancing our facilities and reducing our just our use, but then also all of the community work. It's just amazing how much your team does. So what's new and different this year?
Yeah, so as we talked about, that's really one of the reasons we wanted this year of climate action, because there is so much going on. We'll maybe mention just a few of the programs, but really encourage people to take a look at the Year of Climate Action website to learn more about all the different programs. So whether someone's a homeowner, a renter, maybe they live in a single family house, a townhome, or an apartment, we're really trying to provide programs this year that are accessible to everyone. One of our new programs is Solarize East Side. This is really promoting solar for homes and businesses. Program is run in partnership with several nearby cities, and we're trying to provide access to homeowners for a vetted list of solar installers, discounted installation prices, and made in Washington equipment. One really great thing about this program, too, is all of our installers provide battery backup options, which might be a little more of interest to our community due to recent power outages. So we have workshops happening throughout the spring, and folks can sign up on our website and get a free consultation with a solar installer. This program pairs really well with our Energy Smart Eastside program, which is in its third year. This is a heat pump program where we're working with our community members to transition from a gas furnace or electric resistance heating to a heat pump. Heat pumps are amazing. They heat your home really efficiently, and then they also provide air conditioning, which is great for our warmer summers. So again, that program's ongoing. Folks can learn more at our Energy Smart website and sign up for free consultations. So one more program I'll mention that's happening at the beginning of this year is our new geocaching project. So this is a really fun and engaging way for folks to get outside, get out in the community, visit some iconic landmarks, and maybe learn a little bit about climate and sustainability initiatives. We're launching a geo tour, which is made up of about 19 or 20 geocaching sites around Issaquah called Issaquah, and that will launch later this month. So that's just what's happening in the beginning of the year, and then I think David will share a little bit about some programs happening later on in the year.
Before we get to that, are you seeing that a lot of people are showing interest in solar for their home? And I mean, I just anecdotally see a lot more popping up on homes, but it's definitely very much of interest, right, to our community?
Yeah, absolutely. We just ran our first workshop up in the Issaquah Highlands and had great participation. I think especially right now there's federal rebates available that folks want to take advantage of. It's also much more affordable than it was even 10 years ago. And the option of battery backup becoming more affordable, I think, is a lot of interest to folks. We're also really trying to encourage businesses, small businesses, to engage in this program because it's available to them as well.
Well, and we're thinking about that for city facilities, right?
Yep.
Especially after setting up our first resiliency hub during the bomb cyclone. Well, we had several, but I'm thinking of at the senior center. Having options where we have redundant power is so essential. So also thinking about that for your home, you're right. That's another way you can be prepared at home. Okay, so what else is going on this year?
Well, you already alluded to it a little bit. We are very excitedly planning to put see solar panels go up on some city facilities. So we are hoping that community members will get to start seeing that start happening later this year. Additionally, community members will get to see some of our own city employees driving around in new electric vehicles, and they'll be able to tell that that's the case with a great 100% electric on the side of the vehicle. Beyond kind of what we're doing at the city, for our own city facilities, we're also really excited in partnership with the Parks and Community Services Department. We're going to be running our very first tree giveaway program this fall. So that's going to be a really great program, similar to what Seattle does, similar to what Bellevue does, where community members can come and get free trees to plant in at their own home, right? So we're really excited about that as a new program that we're going to be offering to our residents. So that's very exciting. And then finally, one of the other things that we want to mention is that we're going to have a lot more fun, informative, and engaging events about all sorts of different topics throughout the year. We're going to be having events and programs on food waste prevention, on environmental protection, on emergency preparedness, and on our climate planning as well. So we're really hoping to involve community members in these events and these programs so that they can really connect with the initiatives that we're promoting through the year of climate action.
I love that you're looking at this for a full year and that it's jam-packed with not only like physical projects that you're working on, but also a focus on education. So how are you thinking about ensuring that we're serving everybody in our community, that this is things that are accessible to everyone, including maybe some underserved communities?
Yeah, so we do strive to lead all of our programs with an equity lens and make sure that we're providing accessible opportunities for community members. So one way we do that is we do offer rebates or free appliance and equipment upgrade options through many of our different programs. And specific income requirements are listed on our website. And I'd encourage listeners to go and check out what those are, because you might surprise yourself by being eligible, even if you originally think you aren't, right? Additionally, we translate materials into multiple languages, and we work with trusted community organizations to get information out about what programs and opportunities we have at the city, so that more community members get to take advantage of them. We've also partnered with affordable housing providers in Issaquah on programs and projects that create healthier and cleaner conditions in their facilities as well. So that's one thing that we're really proud of. We're always striving to do better, though. So we do frequently talk to the Equity Board and bring our programs and policies to them to see ways that we can improve and think ahead to how we can incorporate equity more closely into those programs. And then we're always open to more feedback from the community on ways that we can best lead with equity in our programs moving forward.
That's great. What kind of obstacles, I mean, not to turn anything negative, but what are some challenges or obstacles? This is a really lofty goal, and again, with a really small team to pull all this off. But what have you identified as obstacles, or you've already kind of found, even though we're here kind of in the first part of the year?
Yeah, I think we spoke to this a little bit, but it's really going to take community action and everyone doing their part. I think the city is really trying to do as much as we can. Like you mentioned, we're investing in our buildings, investing in our fleet, trying to provide as many resources and accessible programs to our community members. And it's important for the city to do that. We need to show that we're a leader and set an example that hopefully inspires our community members and businesses to take action. But our city operations are a tiny fraction of our impact when it comes to climate. And so we really need to continue to inspire our community to take their own action. And ways that we're doing this is really just trying to make it easier, more affordable, more accessible for our community members, focusing on education and outreach, helping our community members, helping cut costs where we can for our community members as they make these changes. Spoke a little bit about this earlier, but it's a shift in the way we live, the way we move around, the things we buy. And so we have to recognize this takes time, takes a lot of investment. We're not going to see immediate changes, but it's important that we're all involved. People stay engaged, stay interested, curious, talk to their neighbors, and take action. Let us know what we can do better at the city and how we can help, because a lot of our programs are really developed through that community feedback.
All right, so we've talked a bit about not only city facilities but homes, but there's other buildings and infrastructure that are run by local business here in Issaquah or nonprofits or others. So is some of your target audience those groups as well?
Yeah, absolutely. We work really closely with our economic development team in order to identify what our businesses need. Businesses are regularly surveyed, and so we're listening to them and working to develop the program and resources that they need. So we have a couple of programs right now that we'll continue to promote with businesses, some that are focused on energy efficiency of their buildings. Our solar program I spoke about is open to businesses, and then we regularly provide information about how a business can improve operations or install electric vehicle charging at low to no cost. So we'll continue to reach out to businesses, hear what they need, how we can partner with them. And also recognize that our community members are visiting those stores and businesses every day. And so where they can set an example or provide resources onto community members, they'll be a great partner in this.
And another point on that is our local businesses and organizations they have really strong relationships with our community members.
Yep.
And in many cases, they are trusted spaces. They're trusted communicators they're trusted support services for our community members. And so by working closely with our local businesses and our local organizations, we can help amplify our messaging to community members and groups so that we can expand uptake of our different programs. We can also make sure that community members are more closely connected with each other in the face of all sorts of different climate events. And then additionally, we hope that these local businesses and local organizations will get to take up the mantle and be climate action leaders themselves. Mm-hmm. And so working in close partnership with them, we can help them, and we want to work with them so that they can be leaders in our community as well.
So I just mentioned that I went with a girlfriend on a long trip this weekend, and we took her electric car. And at the end of the trip, we were dividing out costs, and I was like, "How much do I owe you for gas?" Oh, wait. I mean, I guess how much do I owe you in part of your maintenance of your like? It hit me for a moment because I don't have an electric car. Oh my gosh, the savings, right? So I know that there's cost savings on a lot of, taking climate action, but this may sound like a silly question, but let's just cover why. Why should I be taking action? So yes, opportunity to save some money. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah, well, actually, that was brought up at one of our solar workshops this weekend, how they talked about thinking about a solar installation like a upfront payment for your utility bill.
Yeah.
You're paying for several years of that utility bill in advance. So the return on cost is pretty quick if you're thinking about it in that way. Mm-hmm. So similar to EV purchase, maybe a higher upfront cost, but you're going to have those savings in gas and even maintenance. Mm-hmm. So.
And I would say, if you think about climate action, there are so many different reasons to get involved. And that's because climate action means so many different things, right? And so when I think about why folks might get involved, I really encourage people to think about what they get excited about and what they get curious about. And for one person, it might be that interest in reducing their energy bills, right? For another person, it might be that it's starting to get hot in summer and they really need to get AC in their home, right? For another person, it might be because they love seeing trees in their local neighborhood, and they love walking through our parks and our beautiful communities that we have here in Issaquah. And so finding the thing that you get excited about and you get curious about and passionate about, almost always there's a climate action associated with that item. And so that's where, when we have our year of climate action list of focus areas, there's something on there for everyone, no matter kind of what you get excited about.
And I might, if you don't know what that is or you want to find resources, put in a plug for our new favorite springtime event in Issaquah.
Yes.
The Sustainability Fair, which is coming up April 26th at Pickering Barn. We are going to be paired up with the farmers market this year and expect over 100 vendors providing resources, products, education. We have a ton of really fun events for all ages. We'll have a repair fair, electric bike test rides, pretty much everything you can imagine there. So definitely check out our website for the Sustainability Fair, see what vendors are going to be there, what time different activities are happening, and maybe discover something new that you're passionate about and want to get engaged on.
And so last year was the first year for this second year. Oh my gosh, it's already going to be the third year. It was really well attended last year. That's amazing. And it's exciting to be partnering with the farmers market too.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's great.
And I think one thing that's exciting is each year we're building on it. We're adding more opportunities, more workshops, new activities. This will be our first year you can test out e-bikes. And so even if you've been in past years, folks should come again, because you never know what new opportunity, what new business, what new organization or new activity you're going to connect with.
All right, so you're focusing on 2025, but a lot of this work is going to span past that, right? Okay.
Yes.
Things like having a sustainability fair, I'm sure, others. So a lot of this is not going away once 2025 is over.
Yeah, absolutely. I always joke that sustainability staff, the end goal is to work ourselves out of a job.
Yes.
But where we are right now, this is not going to be over in a year or 5 years. There's a lot of work to be done. So what we will be continuing to do is bring programs and projects to our community that, again, make things easier for that transition, more accessible, and bring a little fun through activities like the Sustainability Fair. And this year in particular, with that year of climate action, we really wanted to focus on inspiration, hope, and just making it even easier for our community members to get involved and take action.
Wow. Thank you guys so much for all that you do for our community. It is extremely important and I hope rewarding work. So thanks for joining us today. And thank you for joining us. If you'd like to learn more about this year of climate action, go to our website at issaquahwa.gov/climateaction. And like I said, it's broken out by month so that you can see something new or an idea for every month. So please check it out. Thanks.